Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marking Out for Wrestling. I am your host, Nate, and today we are going to mark out for wrestling like always. As you guys know, this right here in the middle of the logo is Mark. And let's get started. We have a variety of topics we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about my hatred for the Young Bucks. We're going to talk about wrestlers being big, and we are going to talk about Austin Theory should be the face of WWE, AEW copywriting people's the clips on Twitter, on YouTube, on everything. Ricochet on the mic, and last but not least, how I would handle AEW drama. Now, the first thing we're gonna get into is, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but fat wrestlers. So, look at this picture right here. I've seen a lot of people, hating on Eddie Kingston because Jacob Fatu was big when he was in MLW and Booker T's wrestling promotion. But he lost that weight. He lost, most of that weight, and now he just looks, he's not fat. He just looks like he's buff. And here's when I have a problem of people criticizing other wrestlers. I hate it when you criticize them but can't do the stuff they do. Now, if you're going to criticize them, make sure you are in the tippy top best shape of your life. If you are going to criticize these wrestlers, you better make sure you are at the tippy top best shape of your life, better than them, and you could do what they do in the ring. That's my response to that. Somebody like Eddie Kingston. Now, I don't have a problem with these big wrestlers as long as they can go in the ring and as long as them being big isn't affecting their health. Because as you guys know, we have experienced with wrestlers, they're having health problems because they're big. People like Yokozuna, people like Umaga, having health issues because of that. And I think Keith Lee as well. I think him being, him and his health, the way he is a big part of him, a big part of his health, and why it was at where it was when he was in WWE or when he was gone from AEW in the beginning. However, if your health is good, like Eddie Kingston, I don't know for sure if his health is good, but if your health is good, you should be fine. If you can go in the ring, I'm not saying stay like that. However, if you can go in the ring, so be it. Go ahead. If you like the way you look as well. That's my opinion on it. But I don't think other fans who, just sit down and watch them entertain you, they're literally risking their life entertaining you, and you're going to criticize them for how they look. Come on. Last time I checked, Eddie Kingston could go in the ring. Keith Lee can go in the ring. So you have no space to judge anybody. As long as their health is okay, let them be the way they want to be, the way they feel comfortable. That's all I have to say about it. When people were criticizing Sheamus, he didn't know he was going to return that early. He said it himself. He did not know that he was going to return that early. He thought he was returning towards, I don't know exactly when he said, but towards SummerSlam and Money in the Bank, I think he said. And now look at him. He is in better shape than he was when he left. All you have to do is shut your mouth and leave them alone because, first of all, these are athletes. If they get in bigger shape or if they are fat when they were in shape before, they could get, back up and back fit just like that. Just like that. Just like Sheamus. And he was still able to go in the ring. Now, if you see that these wrestlers are gassed and these wrestlers are, slower in the ring, okay, feel free to criticize them. That's all I have to say about that topic. That's all I have to say. I don't agree with people, saying this and that if they're not in the best shape of their life. Don't criticize them. As long as they're still, in good shape, as long as they could go in the ring, then so be it. Our next topic is Ricochet on the mic. Is Ricochet good on the mic? Now, the way he said on Twitter the one time, he said he's not given the opportunity to be good on the mic. However, when he is on the mic, is he good? Is he as good as he hypes himself up to be? I know he doesn't really hype himself up like that, but the way he said he's not getting the opportunity to be good on the mic, it seems like he is pretty dang good on the mic. However, he had this little promo with Will Ospreay backstage. It was not good at all. It was not. It was mid, if anything. I'm not saying it was bad and it was trash, but it was mid. That's all his promos are about. I'll be honest. Then I assume he went to AEW for what? So that he could get more opportunity on the mic? I hope he knows that he will be getting the same opportunity on the mic that WWE gave him, which is little. You want to know why? Because Ricochet is a fantastic wrestler. And Tony Khan likes that. He likes the flippy wrestling. Not saying that I don't either. But he likes the flippy wrestling. And he likes wrestling matches. He's not a sports entertainer. So you will be getting the same amount of time on the mic that you got in WWE, Ricochet. I hope you know that. So maybe he didn't even go there to get opportunity on the mic. Maybe he went over there to have a match with Will Ospreay. 5-star match from Meltzer. Who knows? Who knows? But I think the way he was hyping himself up to be, I don't think he lived up to that hype at all. However, our next topic we are going to get into. We're going through these topics fast. Obviously, we're going to get more, but AEW copywriting people's, posts. So this X post says AEW is really going to continue to struggle to grow when they decide to copyright claim little 6-second clips praising one of their biggest stars, Common Tony Khan L. Listen, I don't understand why they do this. Although AEW are way bigger than these YouTube channels who are reacting, or way bigger than these X accounts. However, what of the WWE fans that don't watch AEW? What if there were WWE fans who don't watch AEW? Somebody posted a clip. They saw it and went to go watch AEW. How about that? Do you take that into consideration, Tony? Come on. There are YouTube channels who do not react to AEW because of this. They react to WWE. For example, shout out Kicking It with Ross. When he was in his phase of reacting to WWE during the pandemic era, he always reacts to the WWE. He's never reacted to AEW. You want to know why? Because they would copyright strike him. Santi Zap, he said that he was not going to react or he was not live streaming All In because they copyright him on Instagram even. When he posts his clip, or not on Instagram, but TikTok, when he posts the clips of him reacting. He said that. So AEW really need to take into consideration, do they really want to copyright these people? On top of that, they're not even criticizing the product. They're not criticizing the product. They are praising your biggest stars like Mercedes Moné, like Will Ospreay, like Jay White, like Okada. They are praising your biggest stars. And what do? What do? You copyright them. If they are hating on your product, I still don't see a reason to, copyright them because that's petty. But I get it. I get it. But they are showing love to your product and you are going to copyright them? Are you serious? Tony. They're not going to grow like this at all. At all. And I think, having YouTubers react to your clips is or will get them to grow. It will get AEW to grow. But no, they don't do that, which is really annoying for these YouTubers who want to watch AEW and react to it. I don't get it, man. Like, the least you could do is have them be on X, have them be on TikTok, have them be on Instagram. But no, you copyright the YouTube ones. Go ahead. But the ones on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, what? That I don't get. Really, it doesn't make any sense at all. But my next topic is Austin Theory should be the face of the WWE. I've talked about this in my last podcast. My last podcast episode, I talked about this. Now, when Vince McMahon was in charge, he was building Austin Theory, having him be the Money in the Bank holder, having him win the United States Championship twice, have him be in segments with The Rock, with Stone Cold Steve Austin, with Vince McMahon himself, with Roman Reigns, with Bobby Lashley. But the problem was that was too early. They were pushing him like crazy. I get it. Have him be on the card, like he is right now. Have him do that. However, you're having him win titles, being main event, feuds already. That's not a good idea at all. I'll be honest. It's not a good idea at all. Then when Triple H took in charge or was in charge, he buried Austin Theory. He didn't bury him like that, but come on. He cashed in on a mid-card title. Not only did he cash in on a mid-card title, but he lost the cash-in. I don't think Triple H should have done that. I don't think he should have done that. Yeah, put him lower in the card, but don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. I don't get it. Austin Theory should be the face of the WWE. I know a lot of people are saying Carmelo Hayes. I know a lot of people are saying Braun Breaker. Yeah, they're good. But I think Austin Theory has a presence to be of the face of the WWE. Just like John Cena. I think Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes those people are like the Randy Orton, the Brock Lesnar of the WWE. While Austin Theory is a John Cena, the main person. Like, we have Braun Breaker just in case Austin Theory gets injured. Or Austin, and he has to take over. Or Carmelo Hayes just in case Austin Theory gets injured. Just like Randy Orton was there. Just like Brock Lesnar was there. Yeah, they were close to being the face of the WWE, but they weren't. It was Cena. It was Cena. I think Austin Theory has full potential. He has the promo. He has the look. He has the in-ring ability. Braun Breaker. He has the promo ability, but his promos aren't you know? His promos are good, but I don't know. His voice is just like Brock Lesnar, how it doesn't match his look. So he might need a wise man. I don't think the face of the WWE shouldn't have a wise man. Yeah, we have Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns talks. Roman Reigns talks for himself. Austin Theory, he can talk for himself. Carmelo Hayes, why I'm not choosing him? Well, because he doesn't have the look. He's small. He's smaller. Look at these, the face of WWE in the past years. They have been huge. And I think just to go down to like a small, wrestler, they shouldn't do that. I think it should be Austin Theory. He should be the next John Cena. He should be the next face of the WWE. And Triple H needs to stop booking him like he's just a small, a jobber. Not a jobber, but having him lose these matches. You can't do that. If you want to build somebody up, build them up. I don't get it. Like, have him be the face of the WWE. Yeah, Vince McMahon pushed him too early, but when Triple H took over, he didn't have to do him like that, like completely bury him. He didn't have to. So, and yeah, I was annoyed when Austin Theory was doing all this stuff with that Vince McMahon wanted him to do. He got put into the Money in the Bank the Money in the Bank ladder match without even working for it. Yeah, I was mad. But now that he's out of the picture as the face of the WWE, and he can slowly build his way back up. He can. Somebody like Dominic Mysterio, I don't think can be the face of the WWE because he's kind of small too. I think if Dominic Mysterio just goes away, puts on absolutely Eddie Guerrero type muscle, and he comes back, he could be the next Eddie Guerrero of the WWE. He could. He already is. He doesn't even have to put on muscle. But I don't think Dominic Mysterio could beat somebody like Braun Breaker believably without muscle. He can win the Money in the Bank and beat Braun Breaker for like a world title in the future. But I don't think he could beat him clean. Now, I know Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar, but again, he had that build. So, yeah. Now, we are going to move on to the next topic. We are going to get into why I hate the Young Bucks, or kind of my hatred for the Young Bucks. Now, listen. It's not that I hate the Young Bucks. I don't hate them. I just don't like them. I'm not the biggest fan because you are literally the EVPs of your company. First of all, why are talent the executives of a company? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. As in they're active. Wait until they retire. Wait until they retire. But no. Then to make it even worse, they are executives in the company and they are the champions. Doesn't that seem a little bit odd? Why do you think Cody had that little moment where if he lost, he couldn't, he couldn't challenge for the world title again? Because people would think he is abusing his power. That's what people would think if he was to win the AEW world title. Not saying Young Bucks can't win the titles, but come on. On top of that, they're part-timers. They have a part-time contract. I just don't like how they're EVPs in AEW. Then on top of that, like the Elite, they're just absolutely immature children. Like with the whole CM Punk incident, they are the executive vice president. Think about this. They're the executive vice president. They had a problem backstage with CM Punk. CM Punk, who is a talent, was not an executive in AEW, but he was a talent. He was going to sit down with the Young Bucks. But the executive vice presidents said no. They will wait until he behaves and then work with him. Are you kidding me? You are an executive of a company and you are not willing to work things out with a talent? Are you serious? That's absolutely immature. Kenny Omega, I like Kenny Omega. He's cool. He said that he squashed it with CM Punk. And it would obviously be awkward for Kenny Omega and CM Punk to have a program together and not the Young Bucks. It would be absolutely awkward because what is their, promo going to be about? Are they going to mention the stuff that happened at All Out? Are they going to mention that? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit awkward if CM Punk and Kenny Omega have a segment together and have a feud together, but not the Young Bucks. I don't get it, because you are literally the executives of a company and you are not willing to work things out. Absolutely unprofessional. You do not have to like everybody that you work with. It is a business. It is a business at the end of the day. Business comes first. I don't like it. You guys didn't even have to sit down and talk it out. Just do business. Just go out and do business. You guys didn't have to squash your beef. There have been many of wrestlers who hated each other, but still went out and was professional. Didn't hit each other with stiff shots. I don't get it at all. I don't. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the main event of Marking Out for Wrestling. We are talking about AEW drama. How I would handle the AEW drama if I was Tony Khan. So, as we all know, CM Punk, let it be known, when Hangman Adam Page cut the unscripted promo, CM Punk told Tony, go handle that. Tony said, what do you want me to do? If I was Tony, I would say, okay. I would pull Hangman inside a private room, not even to the side, but in a private room and say, what was that about? You guys talked about something and you completely went off script. This is my television time, and you went out there and just straight out unprofessionalism. What was that about? Adam Page is not an executive of the company. So, Tony, chew him out. Yell at him. Like Vince McMahon would do. You think Vince would ever say to a talent, "What do you want me to do about that?" If they went off script? No. He would chew them out in front of everybody in Gorilla. In front of everybody. So if I'm Tony, I'm saying, what was that about? You didn't have, at least you told him that you were going to say that, not say that you were going to talk about something else, and then just straight up and talk about something else. That's what I'm doing if I'm Tony. I'm letting it be known. And if you wanna do that, fine. You no TV time until you have that match. That's it. Because CM Punk could have built that whole rivalry by himself. He could have. I bet he could have. I would have told Hangman, okay, you want to have a problem? You want to go off script? No TV time until you have that match. That's what I'm doing. Because why are you going out and going off script? That's what I'm doing if I'm Tony. I don't care if these wrestlers would. Okay, they're walking out. Okay, bye. That's what Tony needs to. He can't be afraid of talent walking out. You cannot be afraid of talent walking out. That's going to happen. If Adam Page says he's gonna walk out, okay, bye. On top of that, you're getting fined. You want to leave? You're not gonna do the job when you're signed to a contract, contractual obligations. Okay, you're getting fined. For each show that you don't appear on, you're getting fined. Go ahead, walk out. That's what I'm doing. I don't care. And I think Tony needs to get used to that. He can't just give talent their way because he's scared of them walking out. Go ahead, walk out. Walk out. If I'm Tony, okay, walk out. You'll get fined, but you can walk out. Go ahead. Now, what else happened? Jack Perry, crashing out on AEW officials and doctors because he can't use real glass. If I'm okay, did nobody go to Tony Khan? Hey, Jack Perry is crashing out on everybody because he can't use real glass. Nobody went to Tony about that. If I'm Tony Schiavone, I'm going to Tony Khan. I'm not going to CM Punk. I'm going to Tony Khan. And then if I'm Khan, I'm coming and I'm gonna let it be known. You're not using this glass. Either you're not using real glass or you're not using the car at all. That's what I'm doing. So be it. Use it. And let's say nobody has a problem with it. And he uses it. CM Punk has a problem with it. Then he knocks on the glass and says, real glass, go cry me a river. CM Punk tells Tony, handle it. What do you want me to do? Okay. Handle it. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm going to say, okay. I'm pulling Jack Perry again in a room by myself. What was that about? Did you have to make that comment? Did you have to make that comment? On top of that, this is wrestling. Yeah, everybody knows it's predetermined and it's quote unquote fake. Yeah, everybody knows that. But you want to try your best to make it seem like it's not predetermined. It's not fake. Even though everybody knows that. So everybody knows that it's fake. But let's say some people did not know it was fake. And they're watching, AEW. Jack Perry knocks on the glass. Real glass, go cry me a river. If I'm a fan watching and I think it's real, I'm gonna be like, Okay, of course it's real glass. I'm gonna be like, what's that about? So why are you saying that? If I'm Tony, why are you saying that, Jack? And I'm finding him. I'm going to find him. I think people in the AEW don't get fined enough. I think they just get suspended and that's it. Go ahead. I'll stay home. I don't care. I'll stay home for a week or two. I think people need to start getting fined. You are losing money. I am fining people. If I'm If I'm Tony doesn't fine enough people. That's what I'm doing. CM Punk, let's say that whole incident happened. CM Punk attacked Jack Perry. I'm pulling CM Punk aside. I'm pulling Jack Perry aside in different rooms. What happened? Let me know what happened. Okay, that I get one side of the story. What happened? Okay, we're gonna investigate this. We are going to investigate this because Tony Khan was standing right in front of them too. So if I'm Tony, I'm saying I saw what happened. Punk, you put your hands on him first. Which, first of all, go ahead, talk to him. That's it. But don't put your hands on him. Don't put your hands on him. Okay, I get it. It was CM Punk's second fight in AEW. I probably would have fired him too. No matter what happened, I probably would have fired him too, whether he said that he quit or not. Because that's your second fight in here in the company, and what? You didn't start it. So what? You don't. Let's say somebody tells you something in the streets. You're gonna fight them. So if I'm Tony, I'm firing CM Punk either way. I am suspending Jack Perry for an extremely long time. I'm gonna bring him back, talk to him, and see what happened. That's when I'm going to lay down these laws. Listen, you can't do this anymore. You're going to listen to this. You're going to blah blah blah, and that's it. If you have a problem with it, you're gonna have to leave the company. You're going to have to leave the company. So that's what I have to say about that. Tony needs to be a boss. He needs to step up and lay the rules down. Lay it down, and that's it. Sammy Guevara has been in multiple fights backstage in AEW. If that is true, I am firing Sammy Guevara. I'm sorry. I'm firing him. Andrade obviously wanted to get fired, so I wouldn't have fired him. Because you're trying to get fired. All right. No. Obviously, probably when he asked for his release, I would have released him. But I'm not firing him. If you're over here doing things to get fired, I'm not firing you. You're unprofessional. But that's how I would handle it personally. You can't just be scared. What? You're fans of these wrestlers? Man, get out of my face with that. You're fans of the wrestlers, but yet you're running a company. How about this? Run the company. That's it. You bought everything. You're backstage in Gorilla. Have there be a president of AEW. Don't be the president of your own company. How about that? Don't be the president of your company. Have a whole disciplinary committee that you have, with Bryan Danielson and stuff. Have that. But don't be the president of your own company then. How about that? That's what I'm doing. But Vince McMahon would not allow any of this stuff. He would not. Now, not saying he would fire somebody for a fight, but he would yell at them. Because what are you doing? I don't get it. And this is why many people, Vince Russo, many talent in WWE have said it before that people are scared of Vince McMahon. Not because he's going to hit you. He's not your dad, first of all. He's your boss. But because at the time there was no other wrestling companies to go to. There wasn't. And that you were getting paid top money. So if Vince yelled at you, and sometimes Vince, I know this is pretty wrong to say, maybe, but sometimes Vince made you do a gimmick on TV that you did not want to do, and that was embarrassing. Sometimes you gotta do that. I'll be honest. Sometimes you gotta take a punishment on TV and look stupid. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. I probably would have done that if I was Tony Khan to Jack Perry. If I'm keeping Jack in the company, all right, you're gonna have a comedy gimmick. Until you learn your lesson. That's what I'm doing. So at first when these wrestlers have comedy gimmicks, I'm like, what is going on? What is this? But then when it comes to, having them be in trouble and disciplining them, okay, I get it. Because if I was a wrestler, I would not want to do that. So I'm like, okay, I just won't do what I did again. And you are contracted, and you are contracted. You are obligated to do this due to your contract for signing a contract. You're obligated to show on the show. So you can't say no. So that's what I'm doing. I get what Vince McMahon was trying to do. But anyway, this has been Marking Out for Wrestling. Appreciate everybody who marked out today with me alongside Mark right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for marking out for wrestling with your host, Nate, and I am out. Peace.